The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here. This is the Monday, the 19th edition of the Tiger Technicians Hour, and we're looking at the only down 31 at 42,623. Let's just see what UNH is doing. UNH is now up 10 at 301.96, filling in the gap. Ooh, what a hit that was. Went all the way down to, I didn't put the low in. Was that a round number low? I shouldn't have missed that if it was. 248.88. 248.88. Oh, pretty nice. 248.88. Now it's at 302.68. All right, let's get on with the show. 48 or 88. I don't know what I said. All right, that's it. So here we go. The Dow right now is coming back very strongly. It was down 300 points at some point overnight, then 200 something. And now it's only down 57. No, it's down. Now it's up. It's up 4. It's up 7. It's going up once, 10, going up 9, going up once. Okay, 42,662. It has taken out Friday's high. Has it taken out Friday's high already? Oh, wouldn't that be something? It's 663. And we've gone to 667. Yep, this is a brand new leg. F is an alternate count. I'll talk about that in a moment because it was so important. I mentioned to my subscribers to my opening call when I did my video on Friday, discussing all these different aspects of what we still want to buy, what we're looking at, why we're not going short. And one of the things that we were looking at is within the context of we didn't know anything about the, within the context, I didn't know anything about the debt being degraded like that by Moody's. What I did know is that at some point the tariff story is going to kind of wear a little thin. It's going to have to be something else. It's going to have to be something that gives the market some sense of revitalized energy every time it starts to pull back. So it hasn't done that now. It did that overnight. It was a very sharp move down. I thought it would stay at least a day or two, give us an opportunity to get into some stocks that we wanted to add to or to rebuy. Didn't give us a chance. Down 21 right now. So I'll talk about the instant restart in a moment, but I'll first go to the S&P. The S&P at this point is now coming back very nicely. It's only down 18. It was down 60-something point. No, 80 points at some point. So now it's down 17.44 at 69.41. Green candle, but it is down. And very importantly, we've got the potential. Oh, look at that. That's one of the tiniest instant restarts that you could ever have right there. Okay, I don't know if it's going to be, but if it is, it's going to go to 4 higher peaks. Isn't that amazing? All right, with that said, I do want to show you the weekly chart. If we can make a new recovery high this week, and that's still leg A, I think that's fabulous. Let me see if the Dow, where that is. Oh, it did. Okay, so we've made a new recovery high. So this is a leg B in the weekly chart. Oh, this is so important. And you've got yourself a QQQ, not yet at a continuation of leg A in the weekly chart. We're not even 40 minutes into the starting week, and we've done nicely. Down only $1.41 at 520.03. Oh, man. So here's the instant restart. This could become an A. If there's a new higher high, I can call it F/B. Isn't that amazing? IWM. IWM is trading down 214 to 207.71. Yeah, here I'm giving it a GSAS. See, this is a little different. It's really struggling at the 200-period moving average of 209.75. We're at 207.71. I do want to go to the SMHs because they are, of course, very important. Semiconductors are trading down $1.20 at 245.14. 4 sessions. Well, we've got to give it a break now. We're going to say so far 3 sessions since the recovery high, and that was at 249 to 249.44. We're trading at 245.19. Not a big deal, but it's actually all the technicals are very strong. I do want to go to to the gold. Gold right now is trading up 33, giving back some of the earlier gains, 320.20. A lot of people were saying, hey, wait a minute, if the yields are going up and the dollar's going down, why is gold so strong? Well, it's really not so strong. One of the reasons why we've taken a chunk off our buy is that there's a very good chance that we've made the arch formation. We're pulling back. The 9-period moving average is weak. The GDX, which is the gold miners, did the left side, right side price time match. Today was the day, Friday was the day to try to reach the low that was made back on the 10th of April, 45.16. What did we hit? Well, we hit on Wednesday, I think it was, 45.10, retested it on Friday at 45.25, and today it is up 37 cents to 46.70. But you can see weak 914, weak MACD. Relative strength is okay, not great, but not that weak. Stochastic, very weak at 18%, and the on-balance volume, very weak. The weekly charts, beautiful, 914 over, that's still very strong, 914 strong. MACD hasn't turned negative yet. Stochastic's only just gone under, it's gone a few days. It's at 66%, and the relative strength, the on-balance volume is also weak. Monthly chart is still very strong. So I'm just looking at this and I'm saying if the GDX, the gold market vectors, gold miners, ETF actually closes under, should give it a little room, but I can't give it much. I'm going to say 44, 30, maybe 44, under 44. That's a real problem. I do want to go, if I can remember now, XAU. Is that an X there? No, XAU, there are. So the XAU is the gold silver index. That's 179.14 and up 0.76. 9-period moving average under the 14. MACD's weak. Relative strength weak. Stochastic very weak at 20%. Yeah, so that's a peak F top in the sell mode. In the daily, I haven't got a sell signal yet, but it is a peak D in the weekly and a leg E in the monthly. So that's holding pretty well. Let's go to silver. Silver right now trading. It's just stuck in this range with the 200-period moving average acting as support at 32.10. It's trading at 32.39 right now. 9-period moving average has been weak all the time. This is the first time that you've seen the weekly chart, 9-period moving average flip to negative. But hey, we have to wait till Friday. So I'm not even going to, I shouldn't have mentioned it even. Let's go on. We're going to go to high-grade copper. High-grade copper trading up 0.04 at 463, stuck on the 200-period moving average. Let's go to the I've got that ready, so I'm going to go to bonds right now. Bonds down $1 and 10.30 seconds. It did in the left side, right side price time match. Tomorrow was going to be the day that there would be a test of the low that was made back on the 9th of April of 114.17. Today we went to 100. No, that can't be right. 111, 17, 30 seconds, and today we went to 111 and 15, 30 seconds. So the TLT demonstrates that very nicely. We're actually underneath the 85 low of April, and we're trading at 85.13. We did it 84.83, and just as we're going to go to the break, I want to do Bitcoin. Bitcoin is down 575, made a new recovery high. I'll talk a little bit more about this because this is a fascinating chart with the cup formation. I'll be right back. Dow's down 32, the S&P is down 21. Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour. Be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
So let me just show you this. So we've got, you remember we were looking at the, I call this the 1 minute, 5 minute, and 10 minute, almost like the daily, weekly, monthly charts in the E-mini. Let me just go to this right now. G, that was uppercase. I put it lowercase on the way up. It's always uppercase. So what we, I just did it again. Do it now. This is G/C. Okay. So what we got, you remember we broke right out of that cup formation, left side, right side price time match. And now what we've done, and this is absolutely fascinating, down 13, down 12 in the E-mini. Look at this. Last night we just gapped down, right? And then it went all the way down and tried to rally and it failed. Made the H pattern, came tumbling down and went to a low of 5892. Let me just check. 5892 right there. And that was at 10 to 5 this morning. And then it goes, in the 10-minute chart, it goes peak A, peak B, peak C, peak D. And then it double tops at that D, makes the cup formation, pulls back pretty sharply. And then what does it do? It soars right through this resistance level. And now, look at this, at 6 o'clock right there. So that should have been, that was 4 o'clock. And now we've got a brand new time right there. Yeah, look at that. That's so interesting. Look, we've just nicked that bar. Oh, man, I tell you, this is so interesting. What strength? All right, so that's the 10-minute chart, now down 14 in the E-mini. Making a leg D in the 5-minute chart, a G/C in the 1-minute chart. Just wanted to show you this is live so you get a sense of my technique and how we use the instant restart, because look at this. Beautiful instant restart. I put a phantom peak right here, right there, the peak C. But very often phantom peaks get taken out so that you actually truly get the peak D, which is exactly what we got over there. Gave it an instant restart, so you go E/A, F/B, G/C, which says you almost always go to the D. Don't always, but almost always. Whoops, goes to the D, and then continues EF. And yeah, we've got a G/C. Why is it a G/C? Because, right there. Because that peak D just went sideways and then it continued higher. So I'm saying it might not be an instant restart, but it has the same characteristic. But I'm thinking that's getting a little bit toppy, very short term. This is the market itself. All righty. So now we've got Bitcoin. So this is fascinating. Look, Bitcoin had 110,975 high, and that, I should have put the date. That was that November. Then I said, yeah, that was December, the week of the 20th. I may as well just put that in. Hopefully I put it in, then it gets taken out. 12, 10, 24. Right there. Good. 12, 10, 24. And then it retests it. And that's fascinating. Look, it retested it right there on the 24th, the week of the 24th of Jan. But look at this. The MACD was making an M-shaped pattern, ready to turn down. The stochastic had already failed. The on-balance volume made its M-shaped exact double top. And look at this. It was hinting that there was not enough strength, right, in volume. So what happens? It comes down. It starts a brand new move. And now we've got a high today of 107,530. The high that was made the week of the 24th was at 112,604. So here we are retesting it. And I call this gray A. Why? Because it hasn't taken out the original low that started the up move. And remember, this gets smoothed out because it's a continuous contract. So this actually is right, if I can just get it there. That's the starting point. I should move all the letters up because I don't do this automatically. It's hand chart. You know how you get your hand, the artisan cookies. This is an artisan chart, hand charted. And it goes to leg F. Is that an instant restart? No, 1, 2, 3. That's 4 bars, so that's not an instant restart. I'm watching this closely because that was much weaker on the week of the 10th, on the week of the January the 20th, I think it was, and we came tumbling down. Now you've got the 9-period moving average flipping back to positive. The MACD is good, so the stochastic's back at 82%. On balance, volume is still a bit weak. Gives you strength to keep going higher. But this is important. Why? Because as I'm looking at this, the reason why this goes gray A is at the moment, if it's going to take out, is it still 110,975? 112,635. I always got to change that. 112,635. Ay. 112,635. So if it goes to 112,636, then I'm going to call this, if this is still the leg A up, I'm going to call it F/A. Or if it's pulled back in another couple of weeks and then it goes to a higher high, I'll be say an F, because it's above that level, F/ and whatever it is, B. And I'll have to make it blue because now you've got, why? Because this could be an extension of that move, or it could be brand new. But being an A, it means it's so positive. It means unless we take out the low that was made here in the 74,000s, there should go peak A, then a peak B, peak C, peak D. 4 higher peaks. I usually say maybe yes, but I'm going to be a little cautious about notating it. Well, we still remain long, and we haven't taken much off at all. But Bitcoin futures, well, we have the IBIT. This is the iShares of the Bitcoin, which, did I type that in the wrong place? I did. Here we go. IBIT. Okay, we're just about to run out of time for this overview, and then we have to go to stocks, a lot of stocks. This is a peak F in the daily, and a peak A is the same thing, gray A in the weekly, and it's only at a peak B, but that's not right because that's an IPO, basically. I have to go to the core, which is either GBTC, Bitcoin Don't tell me I lost my notation. Oh, how did that happen? All right. Doesn't matter. I can do it very quickly, but it had all the other stuff on it. All right. That's the way it is. Life's not made up of notation only. In this particular case, it would be in the monthly chart, peak A. Peak A, B, C, D. Oh, do I not even have all the notation when we were long back in the 12s and it went to the 58 area? No, I've lost that. I'll find it again somehow. All right, so this is very positive, and it says A, B, C made a peak D. It could still go to an E. I don't have to change any notation there. All right, let's go on. Questions have come in. So could I look at, let me see. Let me go back to the beginning where I was looking at questions. Here we go. Let's go to the first one. Thanks, Tommy. So Tommy O'Brien does the great show, the morning market kickoff at 9 o'clock. Okay, Basil, maybe take a deep dive into GLXY. Galaxy, huh? GL, is that what it is? It sounds like it should be Galaxy. And it is. It's called Galaxy. Galaxy Digital. Oh, I had this notated as well. Doesn't matter. Big A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Never goes to an H. All right, I have to do this. So let me just do this. I'll do it on the short. Oh, we've got a break coming up. I'll take a moment. I know I've done this before. Gosh, when did I lose that information? Just recently, I had to shut down suddenly. And I thought I'd saved everything. Well, what can I say? That's life. I'll do this. Galaxy, as soon as we turn down 80. S&P's down 24. I think that big surge to the upside. Now we have to have a breather. I'll be back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi folks, we're back. We're looking at Galaxy Digital. So is this GLXY? So digital engages in digital asset and blockchain business. It operates through 3 segments: global markets, asset managers. So this is all right. So this is, I typed in the wrong place, of course. Galaxy Global. That's the question, right? Okay, so it's got. I'm calling it a leg E in the monthly chart. I'm calling this is the same thing. You see, this is the starting point right here back in around about September or so in the 8 area, just under 8. And it goes peak A, B, C, D, but then it has an instant restart right there. And that becomes a new, brand new A, B, C, D, and it goes to D and it has a plunge. But it holds above that $7 area. It goes to $8, almost an $8 low, and it starts a new move up. But this was the last buy signal to buy mode right there. So this has to be called A. Here again, it's just impossible to believe. Can this really be just an A? And it means over the next months, we're going to go to a B and then a higher C and then at least another D. And look how many Ds there are. There was an E, but look at that. So all I can say is I don't really have a choice at this particular point. I have to call it an A. So it might take time. It might digest. It could even digest for weeks, maybe even months, and then make higher highs. But it does act well right now. It's at 2460. GLXY is the symbol, up $1.60. Here, it wasn't an instant restart, but I still have called this a G/C. Now, normally I would just put this in and say that's what I've got. It isn't instant restart, but it's like a sell signal and a new buy signal right there. And I'm going to do that right now just because of the strength that it's showing. So as I look at it, you've got tremendous support. It's at 24.40. You got some support at 21.30. But really, 2020, the 14-period exponential moving average, to maybe just a little bit lower, maybe $1, says 5 points at this point over the next week. If it doesn't go much higher, starts to digest, you got the whole area of 21 to 20 as support. But no, look at this. The MACD's good. The 9's over the 14. Price is way over the 9. Stochastic's flat at 87%, down a little bit from the 90% area it was back in late April, early May. And look at the spiral up in the on-balance volume. And where was the relative? Relative strength is making new recovery highs. I like what I'm seeing here. But most importantly, over the next 3, so we'll include this week. So this week, let's say going to the first week of June, if this has closed underneath 19.50, that says you're going to use up time now to digest the gains. If this week it makes a higher high, and it looks like that it's going to try to get above the high of Friday, which was at 25.26, that's all you need, because that'll extend. If it does it today, that extends G/C. If it does it tomorrow without making a new recovery high, that becomes a D. And that's where it says, all right, you've extended leg A, but now you're ready for some kind of a digestive phase. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw in a rectangle here, and I was saying, this is kind of what I'm seeing over the next, it stretches too far. I need to go I don't want to go all the way to what? July. I'm going to go to, right now. I'm just going to the end of June. And as I see it, you've got like 26 as a resistance. It could go above that. If it does it, that's really positive. But most importantly, you've got this support right here in the 21 area. Just on 21, maybe just a tad under it. But what I am looking at here is that in this environment, look at this. This is the 7th of the doji candle on the 7th of April. It's 8:20. It's gone from 8:20. It's almost 3 times higher. So you can expect it's getting a little bit tired, but the chart doesn't know that. The chart is still acting really well. I like this very much. I'm going to put it down as something that I'm going to monitor. GLXY. Congratulations if that's what you have. I don't know whether you typed anything in there, but it's doing very nicely. Could it be in leg B monthly? You see, you miss this instant restart right here. So I like this instant restart. It fits perfectly with everything that we're doing, and that becomes D, and this becomes E. It could turn into an A at any point. I could even say, you know what? No, I can't do that. This is... EFG/C goes to a D. No, I have to stay with what I've got. I'm calling it an E in the monthly chart, but there's nothing wrong with it. The 9's over the 14. The MACD's deflected higher. Stochastic's a little weak at 49%, but here the on-balance volume is very strong. Now, I like it. All right, next question is about the SMHs and then the SOXX. So the SMHs went to a peak E at a doji candle. Now, I drawn this in using my technique of left side, right side price, time matches, bar symmetry. It's so lopsided that I had no choice but to choose. Here we go. Get rid of that accidental plus the ups arrow. Yeah. So what I did is I used right there. I went down to the low, and I went to the high of 259.63 back on the 20th of Feb. Now it goes to the 22nd. So it goes to Thursday, right? Oh, yeah, it goes to Thursday. I've got a Chapman wave inside wedge. I had one. It worked perfectly right there. Chapman wave inside wedge dashed green, target resistance area. And now I've got a higher one, and it went right to it at that peak E right there. But we've used up time, and we aren't even close to the level of 259.63. We're at 244.59. I mean, that's 15 points. I don't know what's going to happen in the next few days to do that. So I have to say that the semis have acted extremely well, going from 170 up into what did I say, 46? 47. Oh, sorry, 249. 249.44 level. So that's 70 points or more. That's a really good rally. And now it's just digesting the gains, taking a little time. So I like it. I think it's going to be a little bit of a struggle here. You've got NVIDIA. Did I type it somewhere wrong? NVIDIA, I'll put it in here. NVDA. So NVIDIA went to a peak D. Now, I didn't do this with the left side, right side price time match. My most important thing was that it took out the inside track repellent zone. So now I can do this. So I'm going to do exactly the same as I did with the semis. I'm going to go to this low. I'm going to go to that peak B. I'm going to go to the low. I'm going to click on and just still green to the right. I put it in. That's it. See, that's almost the same as the semis, but there's a difference in the sense that here the on-balance volume is acting very well, and the stochastic is flat at 96. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to, during the break, I'll take it from the left side trough, penultimate trough. Yeah, I'm going to go with this NVIDIA chart in a moment. Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour. A lot of questions coming in. I better get to them quickly. I'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
So just quickly to cover this NVDA NVIDIA, I have it making a high of 143.44. That's the left side target in this bar symmetry, which says by the 26th it should try to do that, but it's got this resistance that it keeps hitting, and it's got to get there. So the next resistance is at 138.66, and then tomorrow is 139.23. That's how it goes. All right. So let's see if that works out. So the question was SOXL. You can see it doesn't have the same chart. Why? Because it gets smoothed out every evening. So the price never it commits to the same one-to-one expansion as you see on the upside of the downside, because it gets 3 times. It's a direction daily semi-bull 3 times. So you got to understand that it gets whittled away at the end of the day for whatever expenses it is. So at 17.91, that's a little bit different. But if I had to do a chart formation, I don't know if I can go to the high of the 24th of March, which is at 21.37. It's trading right now at 17.90. But I will say that if by Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday morning, Wednesday during my show, if it's able to just nick the high of, that would be Friday? Yeah, on Friday, that high of 1860, if we can go to 1861, there's a real good chance you can make a cup formation by the end of the week to tackle a leg E that'll be 1 penny above the 1837 high of the 14th. That's what I'd be looking at. But most importantly, today's low of 17.09, you're at 18. You had 1806 as the high. Now it's at 1789. The way I'm looking at it, I do not want to see today's low tested. If it's not tested and we close more towards the upper end of the range, I don't know if we're going to be able to do that today because it's a lot going on. But if we can do that, then I think, Steve, that there's a good chance that you can make a new recovery high, and then we can go into this ugly candle of the 24th, which has a high of 20.51 and a low of 18.20. So let's go one step at a time. That's what I'd be looking at. Okay? Potential reversals, but okay, good. So, okay, that's Mr. Bull. We were looking at one of the times that he mentioned was hit exactly this morning, but not one of the times that he mentioned as one that would be the focus, squash pattern on the GLXY weekly. Yeah. Oh, the GLXY is a Chapman wave technique, so I need to look at a GXLY. So this is a Chapman wave technique that GLXY. This is a technique I developed a long time ago, and actually the reason for me to have the MACD above the stochastic every once in a while, you see, this is a squash. where the price comes off a low so quickly and so sharply that the MACD 9-period moving average expands greatly. That's number one. Number two, the stochastic goes from 20% or under 20% very quickly to over 80%. So this here is some of the kind of, not exactly, but it's kind of the technique that I'd be looking at for a squash. This one here, I need more time, but it has that potential. But it isn't there yet. So what happens is the stochastic has gone from under 20%, way under 20%, to 79.21 right now. The MACD has this wide expansion with the differential between the 9-period differential and the 26-period moving average. So that has the potential for a characteristic. If it does, this thing is going to go much higher, Galaxy Global. But let's go one step at a time. All right. With that said, next question came in. Good. I'm pleased you remembered the squash pattern. We did enough webinars on that. Yes, you do. Oh, no. Okay, good. If time permits, please look at W key. W key. Now, this is one that I can't remember now. This is one that we used to look at very closely a long time ago. I don't think we ever actually had it, but it was in this area that just seemed to be Wise Key International Holdings, SAADR, Global Cybersecurity, Digital Identity, Internet. That's a beautiful move. And I've got this, as a potential Chapman Wave instant restart, going to an F/B in the daily, F/B in the daily. Look at that. There's your B. The weekly chart, I would have thought, I forgot about it. I remember the name so well on this big move up last year, and there was another one. So there was another one, and there'd been many actually. And there was a period back in 2023 where this was the hot puppy. A, B, C, D, E. I lost the notation. Of course, I had done it, did the Eiffel Tower straight up. It's actually more the pyramid formation. Took out the left side low, started a brand new move. Okay, so it looks like a biotech. It gives back everything, right? But if you look at hack, which is something that we were wanting to get back into, we just, oh man, look at this. Up, down today, 32 cents at 80.72. Prime Cybersecurity ETF. I don't know if they fit in the same category, but this is the Chapman Wave Cup and Ladle pattern to D in the monthly chart from the 67.97 high of November of 2021 before getting cut in half, going down to 40 in 2022. Yeah, so this is a leg D, and it's trying to get back there. So let's just go back to this W key. Maybe I'm mistaken on what it really. W key, cybersecurity, digital identity, internet. I think I'm correct. Highly speculative conglomerate play on post-quantum satellites and cryptography, among other things, via its subsidiary. Okay, yeah, that makes much more sense. Digital identity. All right, okay. I don't know if I got that exactly right there when I said cybersecurity. So I like what I'm seeing. There's a lot to make up in the weekly charts, and let's not do that. Let's just look at this and say, what's positive? The MACDs are very positive. The relative strength, this little gray line, let me get the pointer. The gray line is just working its way higher and higher with the price. I love that. Stochastic, excuse me, is 83%, and the on-balance volume is a little bit overbought. This is looking very good. Now, what are the chances? Let me have a little sip of tea. What are the chances of this being an instant restart? So this isn't an F, it's actually a B. This is what I'd be looking at. At $6.30, if this candle's low, Friday's low of 520, is just tagged once this week, it says, yeah, you might get to that. You might be able to have an alternate count so that it goes to a C and a D. But if it does that and then holds there for 2 sessions, if you use up time, you're going to be the instant restart. Very often, it needs to move quite quickly. So if it pulls back sharply and then uses up time, I have to think more likely an F. If it doesn't do that, and by today's Monday the 19th, by the 21st, if it's actually in the 658 to 683 area or higher, that's going to be really impressive. To that 200-period moving average over at 975, That's a long way to go. But look what happened this week. It's just started, and the week hasn't even really begun. And the 9-period moving average did turn up. The MACD is very close to turning positive. It hasn't done that yet. Stochastics improved. On balance, the volume is terrible. I don't know why that's the case. So those are the parameters I'd be looking at. This is keep it in your sights, and if you own it, very good. Just manage the trade.
This year has already been a wild ride for the market. We started off heavily in the red, traversed back to all-time highs, and we now have a trade war looming. Trying to play this chop as an individual trader leads to death by 1,000 cuts. Where does this market go next? Should I add to this position or cut my losses? Where is the next opportunity? Tariffs? Trade wars? Analysis paralysis. Don't become a victim of this intense market. Instead, join Larry Pesavento for the second and fourth Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading. Larry has been through many markets just like this one, and the insight he provides is invaluable. The dates for this month are April 11th and 25th, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time. Get in here and let's start trading. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
All right, so we've got one here. If I can ever read these darn names. Grail Inc. All right, Grail Inc. We've got Grail Inc. The question came in, Grail Inc. Let me just type it in here, Grail Inc. Grail Inc. does. All right, what do? Developing, commercializing liquid biopsy for multi-cancer early detection. Aiming to detect cancer in early stages when it's more curable. Utilize targeted methylation-based platform combined. All right, so let's see in sequence. I think that's really what. GRAL. Yeah, that's what we've got. So all right, let's just do this for the moment. Well, just for this particular phase, not talk about what it does, rather than what it has done. So okay, so this is almost an IPO back in July or so of last year. It comes out in the 11-12 area, screams up to the 60s, and then comes 62 or so, and then it comes tumbling down. So okay, and now it hasn't taken out the left side low. So this is still active. So let me just do it as a chart. Let's forget, the fact that it's in the biotech area, because it does that biotech stuff with a huge long wick in the candle of the monthly chart with the Chapman wave inverted Roman candle. All right. So as I'm looking at it here, it's down $1.74, 38.16. If it's able to take out, and it has to close, it can't just touch it. It has to take out the high of 44.11 that was made on the 13th. I'd give it an entire 10 days. I'd give it, in fact, until the end of the month. I'd say, you know what, if by the end of the month it's able to do that, that's the end of the show. And it hasn't taken out 35 support, then it's good. But right now, I think it's just stuck. I'll do more on it tomorrow. I don't think it doesn't need to be rushed. So stay tuned. We've got great programming coming up. Basil Chapman, check out my opening call daily newsletter. Had some nice positions. Didn't get the new ones today to add on, but anyway, that's the way it goes. I'll see you